take like 5 because I kept breaking rules and terms of use of YouTube. So this is just pretty much an update to say I have tons of stuff planned, tons of stuff coming out, which is music. I have some other stuff coming out. Yeah. So I'd just like to say hello to the world and everyone. And I'm gonna talk about something. That's what I think that I screwed up. But it's a vlog. It's my YouTube channel, so I get to talk about what I want. And since I don't have much of a fan base right now, I'm not taking fan comments because one, no one's commented yet. But subscribe if you want to comment. Subscribe and tell me what I should talk about next. But I'm gonna talk about video game people. People who play video games a lot. And people who video game a little bit. I fall under the people who video game a little bit, because I usually use this small device right here. I don't usually use a controller or a console or whatever. When I do, I have fun. I usually play video games with friends, but I'm talking about people who like get a video game system and that's what they focus on. Like that's their main life's focus, is just to level up or to become better or to become first in a internet match or something. But I have something to say about each level of gamers. 1, non-gamers, people who don't game. That's great. You are great people. But you're missing out on so much technology-wise, because there's things out there that you can't just sit there and like do. You have to go out and do stuff, and video gaming is one of them, I will admit. I mean, if you like just don't play video games at all, that's great, but still, you gotta play at least a little bit of video games because that just helps process. You gotta see where technology is. That's the way I look at it. So there's non-gamers, middle gamers. I classify in this, so I apologize if I'm being hypocritic. But I think middle-class gamers are great. A lot of my friends are middle-class gamers, which means like they don't just focus on that. They have like a sport they play, or they have a club that they joined, or something like that. That they focus on that more than they do video games. There's different classes within middle-class gamers because of certain things. And this is just what I realize. I'm not trying to judge people because I don't really care, but this is just something I've been having on, like, floating around in my mind. But, like, middle-class gamers are good because you can get outside. You don't have to just sit there and play video games. Now, extreme gamers, people who game and that's it. That's it. That's what their focus in life is. It's you people who tick me off to a certain point. Because, you know, I have some friends that are major gamers. Now, I don't really know these people very well, but they're still some good friends of mine. And, like, that's, I guess, all they do and all they talk about is they focus on video games. There's one guy I know, that's like all he did. That's all he does, and he doesn't really do anything else, or she, or whatever. But they just don't do anything. And that's what major gamers just bug me, because you go to their house, or you do whatever, and that's all that they do. Like, they don't, if there's a party going on, and you're going to their house so they can take you there, they'll say, oh, no, I don't want to go to the party anymore, I'll just play here games. Like, I've had friends where I go to their house, and there's a party, and they'll say, okay, let's go to the party. But I've also been to a friend's house where there's a party, and they'll say, oh, no, just 10 more minutes. I have 10 minutes. Oh, no, 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Oh, an hour. And that's it. The party's over. And I've seen a lot of people who do that, and it just bugs me a little bit. And, I'm saying, like, you should go and get outside like I'm doing right now. I'm sure focusing on this device, but I'm outside. I'm breathing the fresh air. Go and camp. That helps, too, because, like, if you go outside and you go camping, you can come away from that and focus on being, like, outside and building and being creative. There's tons of other stuff you can do. I have been trying to create a game with some dice and cards. I'm putting my brain to use. I've also been What was the other thing I was doing earlier? Oh yeah, solving mysteries. Read a book. You don't actually have to sit in front of a glowing screen, because even though that's kind of what I'm doing. But still, I mean, that just bothers me that people just sit in front of a glowing screen and that's all they do 24/7. Um, that just, I don't get it. How can you just sit there and stare at a glowing screen? So yeah, if you're watching this video, someone please tell me how you can do that if you're a major gamer. Yeah. So I'm still saying, with the first part of the video, so let's sum up what I've said. In the first part of the video, I talked about you should still play video games. It's fun to see where technology is. And then I talked about how middle-class gamers are good because they focus on other sports and other things, and they can do stuff. They're mobile. Good. Middle-class gamers are good. And then I talked about major gamers. Major-class gamers, bad. So, okay, like, just kind of out there is non-gamers, like, avoid video gamers, people, middle class, which is great, fantastic, and then, I mean, there's still some issues here, but then major gamers, which there's issues with major gamers, pretty much goes like this: non-gamers, middle class gamers, and super gamers. The higher you are, the better. Woo. Okay, so, yeah, that's pretty much something that's been floating around in my mind, and I decided to get it out into the world. My channel, I get to say what I want. My channel, not yours. Not you. I know who you are. That's weird. But anyway, subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. And then subscribe again, because subscribing is great. Make sure you tell everyone and everything. Go out to in front of your yard, scream it out to the world, and then tell your flowers, because your flowers would love to know. Okay, have a great day. I'll see you on Mars.